Although I mentioned this already in the previous kapiyan, but let me just repeat myself for a better appreciation of the maritime law. No? Take note, for example, in particular, Scarborough Shoal. These are shoals. Yeah. It cannot support human life. Hence, it cannot be considered as a land. Okay. Because sovereignty only applies to land. What we have in our territorial waters is sovereign rights. When you say sovereign rights, fishing lang yan, then exploitation of other resources there. But even that is not absolute because of the doctrine that the sea is the common heritage of mankind. Dati kasi wala namang ano eh, mga Pilipino kasi, ang tingin nila sa teritoryo natin, polygonal, that's not true. Dati kasi wala naman territorial waters until navies came about around 15th century. So what the Spaniards were here, they promulgated this 3-mile cannon shot rule. In other words, pag nagpaputok ka ng kanyon, maabutan ng 3 miles, territorial water yan. Okay. Fast forward, 1982, UNCLOS, which was ratified in 1984. Tsaka doon lang na formulate itong so-called archipelagic doctrine. By the way, in case you don't know, one of the very important personalities who shaped UNCLOS was a Filipino. The late Senator Arturo Tolentino.
I see.
Okay, there's so many technical provisions of UNCLOS. No? As I said, what we have in this area is not sovereignty in the territorial waters, but sovereign rights. Okay. No? Because of the doctrine that the sea is the common heritage of mankind. If you want to have an absolute EEZ, there are processes. No? Number one, you have to submit the volume of fish to the Pacific Fishing Council. That's the work of BIFAR. After the council determined that you have reached your sustainable maximum yield, it will be then elevated to the UN. Only then that you will be granted your ECC there. Classic case is Indonesia. In our case, we never submitted the volume of fish. Although I was told that BIFAR did it 2 years ago, but I have not verified it yet if it's true. But it's too late because we ratified UNCLOS 1984. I just want to exaggerate a little bit to my second point. Okay. This so-called 200 nautical miles EEZ, technically wala nakakaalam kung saan talaga yan. Why? Because you don't plot your territorial paper. No? You have to do actual survey. That's the work of the MRIA. That's a very tedious work. Japan took them more than 20 years to finish that. After the survey, you submit your technical data to the International Maritime Organization. No? But go dyan, no? After the adjudication, it is only then delegated to the UN. Then your so-called 200 nautical miles is defined. No? Then third point is to add to what the ambassador said, no? Regarding innocent passage. No? We mainly claim or mainly exaggerate the news that China sent a lot of warships there in that area. Take note, those warships that we saw were not Navy ships, but were members of the 5 Dragons. 5 Dragons are civilian law enforcement agencies in China under the international ethics accepted. That's why we transferred our Coast Guard from the Navy to the OTC. Kasi lahat naman ng Coast Guard all over the world, civilian eh. Yeah. Because if your Coast Guard is military, then you send your Coast Guard to rescue a ship on distress in territorial waters, that's an act of aggression. That's why we transferred our Coast Guard to the OTC. So, sabi nila, grabe daw yung weapon. Mayaman na talaga yung China eh. Kaya beef up yung mga barko nila. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Undersecretary.